Hi, and welcome back to the Red Brick House. I'm so excited to share with you a new knitting project that I have going on. So I finished the slipper socks. They're done, and I love them. I've been wearing them around the house. And I have a new project going on, so I wanted to share it with you today. So I made this already last year for my little great niece's birthday. She was turning 1. And I made her like this cute little teddy bear. And so her mom requested that I make her another one. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to make her a new one. I may make one every year. It might happen that way. I don't know. But I'll show you the pattern. So the pattern for it is this pattern right here. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. It's made with sock yarn, and it's made by arnaandcarlos.com, or that's where you can find it. Sorry, it's designed by them. They're here on YouTube. They're so much fun to listen to. If you've never seen their channel, you should look it up. Arna and Carlos, they're great. But they have that on their website if you want to make one of these too. And I think it's a pretty good pattern for beginners, that as long as you know how to knit and how to purl and how to increase and decrease, you can do this pattern. I was kind of intimidated at first. Like, I don't know if I can do that, but I'm going to try. So what do you have to lose, you know? You can just try it out, and maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. And at first when I read through it, I was a little bit like, okay, I don't know what they're talking about when they're talking about putting the legs together, and so I don't know. But then when I started knitting it and I could see it visually, then I was like, oh, okay, I know what to do. Just put them together, and so that's a good tip to have, I think, is if you get a pattern and you read through it and you're not sure what they mean, go ahead and just start it. And then when you get to that point, you might find that you can see it in front of you. You're like, oh, it makes more sense to you, I think, sometimes. So I'm not using sock yarn for this because it's for, she's now 2. She's turning 2 in a couple of weeks. And I wanted something very durable and very easily washable. So I'm using cotton. Now, cotton yarn is quite larger, thicker thread than sock yarn. So this little bear is going to be quite a large bear. Last year when I made it, it was like pretty much as big as she was. It was adorable. And she opened it up and her eyes just lit up and she was like, I love this bear. She fell on it and gave it a hug and everything. And her mom says she goes to sleep with it every night. She won't go to sleep without this bear. And so I'm going to make her a new one. Who knows? She might prefer her old one over this one, but it's okay. She can have 2 of them in her bed. So I'm using cotton yarn. This is the yarn I'm using. Sorry, it's backwards, guys. But I love this cotton yarn. It's easily found at Hobby Lobby. Pretty inexpensive, and you get quite a bit of yarn. Let me see, how much do you get? Where is it? You get 153 yards or 140 meters. And it's 100% cotton. The recommended size, let me tell you the name. This is called 340 Brights. And so that's the color that it is. It looks a lot more neon on camera than it does in person, but it is bright and beautiful. And the recommended size is a US 8 or a 5 millimeter knitting needles. Now, I tried that gauge and it was way too loose. And I'm not a loose knitter. I'm kind of a in-between knitter. I don't knit usually too tight and I don't knit fairly loose. And so, but when I tried this before, it wasn't going to work because it was going to stuff it, and when you put stuffing, I'm not lining it. But when you put stuffing in it, you don't want your stitches to be too loose because then you can kind of see the stuffing through the stitches and you don't want that. So I went all the way down to a size 5. So these are the needles. It's just the package that I'm using. So I went down to a size 5 US 3.75 millimeters. And then I got quite a tighter stitch, which is what I wanted. And I'm going to show it to you. It's so beautiful. I love knitting with these yarns like this, sort of different colors, because you don't know exactly where those colors are going to lay in your knitwork depending on your project. And it's kind of fun, really, to watch those colors come together because this is just beautiful. So let me show you how much I've knitted so far. They're so cute. Look, they look like little pants. It's so adorable. This is how far I've gotten. Now let me show you up close the colors. So isn't that beautiful? It's just so pretty to work with. I love it. I think she's gonna love it too. I can't wait to see her face when she opens it again. She's like, another bear. I think she'll love it. So that's what I'm working on. I've already gotten one of the arms done. I don't know how long this will take me because I need to kind of finish it in the next couple of weeks, or I'd like to. And so last time I did it, the head took the longest part, which I thought the body was going to take the longest, but that head is quite bigger than the body, so it's quite girthy, so it takes a lot more time to do that. And the last time I made this little pattern, see how his little nose is white? Well, when I made him all one color. And this time I think I may go find like a cream or an off-white or maybe a white, and I might do that to make it look a little different than the last one. I think that'd be fun. I think it's fun when you take a pattern and then you can kind of use, we take patterns and you can kind of alter it to your own needs and make it kind of, what you want it to be. And I think that's fun. That's the creative part that I love to do, because sometimes I get patterns and that might not be the yarn I use, that might not be the colors I use, but oftentimes it still turns out great. So patterns are fun that way, where you can kind of, change it a little bit and make it different. And so maybe one day I will do a sock yarn. My daughter's been eyeballing this, and she's 11, y'all, but she's like, that's really cute bear, Mom. So I may end up making her one. I was like, do you want one too? And she was like, sure, if you want to make me one, I'll take one. So she still likes stuffed animals and things like that, even though she's 11. But that's okay. So it's cute. So I may try to make her one, because she's older and she's not going to be carrying it around or anything. So it'll probably just sit on her bed. But I think maybe I'll make hers out of the sock yarn. And so maybe we'll see kind of the difference of how it turns out. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today, and that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are and whatever time of day it is. I hope that it's wonderful. And so let me know, and if you're working on any knitting projects, please tell me in the comments. I love to hear what other people are doing and what they're working on. And so yeah, let me know. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.